Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods.
AKA one Sklar dressed in black. We're always coming back with lots of jokes for you guys, and we're on the attack.
That's right. AKA the Twins better talk faster to warm up TJ Lancaster. No power on cold, oh my stars. At least you can listen to DVK and the Sklars. Stephen Elton Yates, our buddy SEY, doing it up in Connecticut.
Keeping it relevant to the Texas storms, and we've got info on that. That's what today's story is about.
I love it, Stephen Elton Yates. You segue us beautifully into this thing.
So beautiful. We'll talk about all the things we got
I love listening to
going.
Stephen Elton Yates's voice memos that he leaves on stereo. And all of you guys, Sarah Dunn, Huddletron, anyone who's left a voice memo on the stereo app, it is so much fun. We do this like sort of after party thing on Mondays and Wednesdays. Today at 3 p.m. Pacific time and Wednesdays 3 p.m. Pacific time. It's a chance for us to talk about subjects in the pandemic. Love it. Great, fiery, fun discussion with you guys. About usually like 40, 45 minutes that we do it. Tuesdays we do Dumb People Town, and Friday is Sports Talk Friday. So follow me and Jay on there and check that out. Let's jump into this story.
Okay, last week we talked about the QAnon whack jobs that were trying to convince
Claim
all
that
of
the
us
Texas storm was a hoax.
that it was a hoax, that it was created in a lab by Bill Gates and Joe Biden.
Who also apparently blocked the sun.
But wait, if it was a hoax, then why would they need to block the sun? That's my question. If the
If
snow
it's
is fake,
just a made-up thing, then why would you actually...
that seems like going to a very far length to keep up the hoax that you don't need to go to, really.
It's almost like their conspiracy theories are thin and hard to prove once you actually start picking them
It's
apart.
almost like they're falling apart before our very eyes.
We covered that nonsense last week.
Well, now we got more nonsense. And surprise, surprise, it's coming from large, heartless corporations down in Texas.
Yay.
Apparently, people who lost power,
Which included our friends and
heat,
cousins.
power and heat and Wi-Fi, and they were not able to work from home because you know that if you want to be able to work remotely, you need Wi-Fi. They are being forced by heartless, and I'm going to say this, gutless corporations to use their own vacation days in order to get paid or suffer the consequence, which is to forfeit their pay altogether for these days.
I cannot believe this. First of all, you shouldn't be driving on the roads. Wasn't there like a 150 car pileup in Houston?
Right.
You shouldn't be driving on the roads at this time. So what are you supposed
Why don't
to
you
do?
just work from home? Is what people would say. Well, my home has no electricity. It has no heat for starters. And then also no Wi-Fi. No
that
Wi-Fi.
sounds like a vacation.
Oh, so you're not just vacationing down there in your house with no heat and no Wi-Fi
You're
and no
going to have to
electricity?
use your vacation days if you want to get paid for that vacation you're taking in your warm, toasty house.
They're like, oh, here, how about another option? You don't get paid at all. Does that sound good? Does that
sound
work
good?
for you?
Does that work for you as you're freezing your ass off?
Internal company emails and text messages obtained by the Daily Beast indicate that dozens of employers in Texas, dozens, many of them in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, well, that's not a surprise.
Nope.
Have told people who were unable to go to work or work remotely due to the loss of electricity during last week's destructive winter storm, that was 2 weeks ago, by the way, they must consider those as lost vacation days or otherwise go without pay. So, by the way, this isn't just some employees shouting out, oh, I feel like I haven't been treated fine.
This is company-driven, gang.
These are not small businesses either, by the way. You mean this isn't Franklin Barbecue
No.
doing this?
By the way, that guy will take care of his employees.
This isn't Waterloo Records shutting people down?
That's a shocker.
Shocker. It's a shocker that
It's a
these
large
giant-
corporation who doesn't give a shit about their employees.
Several large companies are among these companies, including Bell Textron Incorporated.
Sounds awful. Sounds like an awful place to work.
That place sounds like a place that makes phones that are robots that can kill you.
Formerly known as Bell Helicopter.
That are also helicopters. The robots
United,
are helicopters.
United, AG, and Turf. They make AstroTurf for goddamn Jerry Jones.
I don't know that they do. It just sounds like they would, right?
They do.
BAE Systems. I don't know, BAE Systems. I
don't know.
guarantee you there are whole swaths of that company.
That they don't know what they're making.
They don't know what they make. What do you guys do?
I don't know. Systems, I guess.
Do you make the systems?
Maybe.
What do you do? BAE Systems.
I think we do something systematically.
And the city of Dallas, by the way. That's another big company.
That makes sense. That makes the
actual
actual city
city
of
of
Dallas
Dallas.
trying to keep its people down.
Nice work, Dallas. Way to go. And the workers, by the way, are seething.
They should be. By the way, I like Dallas. I actually really enjoyed going down to Dallas. The comedy club down there was fantastic. Hyenas in the city was great.
If suddenly, by the way, my Wi-Fi didn't work and I had no heat or electricity, my main job would become keeping warm
and not dying.
and then getting
Making
Netflix
sure my
back.
7-year-old, wasn't dying, and then get your Netflix back.
And you would hope at the very least that the company you work for would cover you for the week or so that you were not able to stay at your desk and keep working. How about I get to that interoffice memo when I can feel my frickin' toes again, okay?
You feel me?
We are required to use vacation on the days of the storm when I had no heat or Wi-Fi, or I can forfeit the money and not get paid, a Bell Helicopter employee said. This is someone who didn't want to reveal their identity.
That's always a good situation when you can't say who you are because you know that there'll be retribution against you.
When
because
your
you spoke up.
company starts to feel like an abusive boyfriend and you're like, please don't use my name. I really don't want to be abused.
I'm disappointed and nervous about the next year, the worker said, adding, even though I'm salaried, I'm entry level, and any knock to my income will put me on the street, and that's terrifying. Yeah, that is terrifying. It's warmer maybe out in the street than in your house right now.
Right. Where it is, yeah. On the streets.
That's still terrifying.
Representatives from Bell did not return a call or email requesting comment. Of course.
They're not going to comment on this.
But emails sent by management and reviewed by the Daily Beast made the policy clear. Yeah, you can't send emails that are unjust to your employees and not expect them to get leaked.
So they're dumb as well as being awful.
They're as dumb as they are awful. Employees who are unable to fully dedicate their time and their attention to company business due to current conditions should use available PTO, vacation, or holiday flex time if they wish to be paid for today. I would be so mad if that came my way.
But like, people are afraid they're going to get fired. They're like, I guess I'll take my vacation day. I mean, I'm sure they're banking on people saying like, well, where am I going to go on vacation? I mean, nobody should be going on vacation now, right?
Facts.
I mean, if you're going on vacation now, let's say you're maybe responsible for half the state and you go on vacation.
If you don't use your vacation days by the end of the year, you should have an option to get those paid to you. You should be like, I couldn't take a vacation because of COVID this year.
You got to
pay me the money.
Pay me the money.
Otherwise, employees who don't have any remaining PTO, vacation, or holiday flex time or do not wish to use their PTO, vacation, or holiday flex time will not be paid for today. That's what it said in the email. That's what got leaked. This is not a he said, she said.
Is there anything more compassionate than that? Bell Helicopter. Can't you even be like a Bell Helicopter parent?
Yeah, they're like Bell Helicopter parents. We will personally come by your house to check and make sure that you are sitting at your desk and working. It's not just enough to say that you're just working.
We're going to helicopter
If we
around
helicopter around your house and we see you working on the couch, laying down,
that's a vacation.
That's
you
a
take
vacation
a vacation.
That's a
If we
vacation.
see you bundled up in a blanket because you're freezing your ass
for 1 minute, if you're taking 1 extra minute to lay down or bundle up, that's a vacation day. I'm sorry. The worker told the Daily Beast that Bell facilities were closed the entire week, but at one point they were unable to access the VPN, which is a virtual private network that allows them to access company systems.
So the system was down, and you're still going to say it's a vacation.
System's down, and the place is closed, and you're making me use vacation days.
Right. So they're making it harder on these people.
If anything, this whole winter storm feels like it was created by the companies that decided that they're having to pay too much to their employees for vacations. So doesn't this feel like, if you want to have a theory, QAnon, throw this out there. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this feels
feels like a QAnon theory.
Right? Companies were like, wait a minute, guys, we're paying way too much money to these employees who've been...
Can we whip up a storm in Texas and then maybe sort of get rid of our vacation days?
At the very least, take down the Wi-Fi.
That's right.
Let's make them have to use their vacation days.
Let's get the VPN not working so no one can log in, and let's call it a vacation.
Can we block out the sun?
Let's
get Bill Gates.
Get Bill Gates in here. Get Biden in here. Let's block out the sun.
Block out the sun. We're going to make it really cold. We're going to cut the electricity and give people huge bills for that.
That's right.
We're going to go ahead and cut the Wi-Fi and the VPN and not make you allowed to come into work. And then we're going to make you take vacation days.
Let's do it. Problem solved.
Executives at United AG and Turf, a John Deere equipment dealer, and managers at BAE Systems, a British multinational arms security and aerospace company. Nothing evil about them, right?
Nothing there. It's not like they'd be the new Beverly Hills Cop villain.
Doesn't that sound like every evil company in a Beverly Hills?
Yes.
Okay. They sent similar messages, but they also allowed employees to effectively borrow paid time off, which would come out of their future allotments or pay.
That doesn't help. That does not help.
You think you're doing them a favor.
It
That
creates
doesn't help.
more anxiety.
Right. You're not doing
You're
anyone
creating
a favor.
debt that will hang over people's head for a long time. People already have work hanging over their heads.
As a spokesperson for BAE Systems, still don't know what they do.
Arms,
I couldn't tell you what they do.
British arms dealer.
As a government contractor, there are regulations we must follow for labor charged by our employees.
And I wish there was something we can do. That's my other thing is
We
like,
just have to talk to someone who's in
I'm
charge.
sorry.
But wait. You're in charge. Well,
we're gonna
run it up
I'm
the
gonna
ladder.
Find out if we can do this, but I don't know.
We'll run it up the flagpole and see who salutes
here.
I don't know, man. It's
I
gonna be
wish
really
there was
tough.
something we could. I wish.
But you're the person who makes the
I
decision.
know. We just I gotta find out from Mary if we can talk about this.
This is what they said. The events of last week are unusual. That's one way of putting it.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to close this thing out. This is Sklar Country, the Virus Edition. Don't go anywhere. Hey, gang, welcome back to the show. Live, we're doing live stand-up and live cheap seats all together in one night, March 20th. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to try the cheap seats and see if it works. If it does, we'll keep doing it.
So much fun.
Get your tickets at eventbrite.com. Also, live down Peopletown April 10th. Get your tickets at eventbrite.com. Let's sell it all out. We love doing these shows for you. It's like giving you a chance to go out in your own house. Hope you enjoy those. We're really enjoying.
Yeah, we're missing going on the road, so this is as close as we can get. And someday we'll get back out there, but in the meantime, we want to keep entertaining you. And let's get back into this story today, Rand.
Yeah. So we were talking about there were companies that were forcing that the employees couldn't get in. They couldn't get on the Wi-Fi. Their Wi-Fi was down. They had no heat in their houses. And yet their employers in Texas, mostly in Dallas, were saying, you're on vacation.
Yeah, you need to.
If you're not working,
take a vacation.
That's
day.
a vacation day.
This is what BAE Systems said, and we still don't know what
they
BAE
are. British Arms International.
The International is I. The events of last week are unusual, and we are working with employees on how to properly handle any time they were unable to work. There's no. What do you have to work with?
There's
them?
nothing you can work with. You're working with your own accounting department to pay them.
There's nothing to do except you just
Pay them the way you would normally pay them, and understand that your work will eventually get done.
In addition, we activated our immediate response program to support our colleagues and provide financial assistance. No one wants financial assistance.
No.
Nobody wants to have to turn around and pay you back a loan that you give them.
It sounds so vague. It sounds like there is something in there that is like
That's going to
get
you
them.
where you owe more at the end
That's
than what
right.
they paid you.
That's
So now
right.
it's like a loan where they make money off of you. Employees at United AG and Turf, meanwhile, were even told that they must take responsibility for maintaining a time-off balance in case such events occur in the future.
So you have to keep days around so that you
This
can't
might
use them.
happen down the line, right?
So don't use your vacation days.
So
'cause
it's
you're gonna-
kind of your fault
Yeah.
for not planning ahead.
Why did you go on a vacation? You should have kept these days.
You should
for the
have
next
always
storm.
keep a few vacation days in case there's a crazy climate issue. And by the way,
There's no link between the storm and climate change. Right? By the way,
to be prepared for circumstances like this in the future, each employee is expected to manage their PTO and encouraged, as always, to carry a balance for unexpected situations like health
Forget
issues.
that. Why is it people's problem whether or not
It's
the
not
weather?
their job to plan for environmental disasters. It's your job. It's
And-
no one's job. Just assume that it's not going to happen. Why do they have to be responsible?
By the way, they did not respond for a request with an interview. For the
AG,
interview.
United AG
No.
and Turf, they didn't comment.
That's
so
weird.
weird.
That's weird.
Because usually when you're coming from a solid moral ground, you want
You
to
want to
give
give a comment
no
to everybody.
comment.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You want to give
The
no-
truth is, when you know that you've done the right thing,
you want to talk to everybody.
cameras, microphones, put them
I'll
in my
tell
face.
the truth.
I'm going
when
to start
you're-
talking.
When you're running for something, sorry, no comment. We can't comment on this.
They aren't available. The truth. If you don't have the truth, or if you're just an asshole, you give no comment. Period. For-profit employers aren't the only ones who have told their employees that they have to use their vacation days. Even some government employees have been affected.
City of Dallas, we told you.
An
told their
email
employees.
sent to the library department at the city of Dallas told employees to use personal leave time for lost work.
No.
The veracity of that email was confirmed by Dallas City Council member Adam Bazaldua, as well as the city communications representative Catherine,
Quayler.
who looks like cellular, but it's Quayler.
Uh-huh.
You don't think the people at the library are going to document and file away that email?
They work for the library. They know that you haven't turned in your book, and they're charging you
That shit is
$4.20.
already on microfiche, bro.
Yeah.
There's no way they're not going to document this and throw this right back in your face. It's really disheartening that HR, who have worked entirely from home for the past year, by the way, get to just decide whether people get paid or not, one city employee said.
Yeah. That does not seem fair.
Somebody's going to get some heat, even
That's
if
right.
that's not true. That's how they feel.
That's
okay?
right.
Even if that's not, it's not arbitrary. And of course, Cellular told the Daily Beast that for those without available paid time off, they can either make up time within the pay period or apply for emergency administrative paid leave.
Good. Give them more work to do, more paperwork to fill out.
Why not just say, we're going to make this super hard on you, and then we're going to make it harder on you? So look, this is it. Okay, I have the solution. This is not hard to do. Okay, just say to everyone, how much work you got to get done by the end of the week.
Just get it done.
Can you get it done by next week?
Thanks.
We're not going to put crazy restrictions on you. Just see if you can catch up. That's all we're going to do, and we're going to pay you as if you were here.
It's
That's
an easy
the
thing.
menschy thing
I
to do.
love how the people have the simple option in front of them, and companies, they just can't do it right. They cannot do the right thing.
They cannot do it right. And that's really the story. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some other more details, but the point of it for me is that you have a situation where companies, you don't lose that much.
Right.
You're not going to go bankrupt by paying your employees when you expected to pay them
Right.
for 2 weeks.
The work is going to get done, too. Like, the work's going to get done.
The majority of your employees, if you go ahead and say, hey, you have a chance to be a hero right now. You say, hey, I know the situation is tough. We are your employees. You give us your all throughout the year. We're going to ask you to give extra coming up. And if you give extra, then you can hold on to your vacation days for next year or whatever. We can do it. Whatever they want to do
just
to kind of
work
create
with
an
them.
incentive.
Why are you trying to cut people down at the knees? It's the worst thing in the world.
Feels very odd.
And that is a show.
There
That's
you
how
go.
we do it. Stay connected, stay protected, don't get infected. This is not a hoax, but
we got the jokes.
We will see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.